Hi, everyone. Welcome, welcome. Hello. We do apologize for this little delay we're setting up. Hi, Tere.
Hola, hola.
Hola, ¿cómo están?
Bien, bien.
Happy rainy Tuesday. Surprise.
Listas para el caldito.
Listas, está perfecto para el caldito. Okay, give me just 1 second, guys. Hi everyone, welcome. Should we begin today? We have a long class ahead of us, so we might as well get started. What do you think?
Sí, hay que empezar. Let's do it.
Well, hello everyone. My name is Abril Chavarria. Welcome to my kitchen. You are here in my house today, so in advance, I apologize if you hear kids or dogs. It's part of the job, right, Tere? Cooking from home. But, oh, that's my oven, because today we are going to be baking. We're going to be making some soup. We're going to be frying. Also, Tere, you know, something very singular that I spotted about this class. We're going to be working with 3 different peppers. We're going to be working with Anaheim Peppers. We're going to be working with Poblano peppers and also jalapeños. So today's
wow.
Y no fue adrede, no fue adrede. Okay, guys. So first of all, we're going to be cooking a cornbread made out of chile poblano. And so I called it my Poblano Cornbread, and I love it because it has like the peppers and it has the elotes, the corn, and it's sweet, but it's salty. I love it, and I hope you love it as well. But the star of the show today is gonna be my Sonora style Caldo de Queso. Perfect. Just perfect for this rainy, cold weather that we have here in California. If you're not in California, let me tell you, out of the blue, with no advice or anything whatsoever, it started raining a lot. And now Tere, she's from Los Angeles, and she said that haze is coming my way. I love when it hazes, so I'm looking forward. Para mucha más lluvia and some granizo. Okay, so let's get started, guys. My oven is ready, so we're gonna start with the cornbread so we can place it in the oven and then cook everything else. For the cornbread, we need 12 ounces of cornbread mix. This one's cool because it's already been mixed for you. It has all the ingredients. You don't have to make it from scratch. You can just buy one of those boxes. And okay, so we also are gonna need one. Can you guys see, or should I move the camera closer? Let's move the camera a little closer so you can get the full idea here. There you go. Okay, so we need 1 egg, and we are going to need 1 cup of water. We also need half a cup of butter. We are going to need a baking pan. Obviously, that's over there, and it's been already pre-greased. We also need the corn from 3 corns. It's between 2 or 3. I added 3 here. The recipe usually calls for 2 because of the big ones, but these were smaller, so I added 3. Then we need 2 pounds of shredded chicken. And we need between 3 and 4, no, over here. So this is when it gets complicated because these are my Anaheim peppers. They've already been roasted and they've already been peeled and deveined and everything. And I did the same to my Poblano peppers, but these ones, we want them sliced, okay? So we'll get to that in a minute. For the cornbread, we need all these ingredients. And finally, some shredded cheese of your choice. Okay, so let's get started then. I'm gonna start by adding all the wet ingredients into my cornbread mix. So first we add the cup of milk, and we can start like stirring I'm just gonna use this molinito first because if I use the mixer first, it's gonna start like making a big mess. Perfect.
So basically you're elevating a little cornbread box.
Yeah, you can follow the instructions on the box, guys. I have the big package of corn, so that's why I didn't get a box. But usually just follow the instructions that the box gives you. It's the easiest thing. You're usually intimidated, right? By big words like cornbread and sopa de caldo de queso, but it's really very easy to achieve. So we're gonna mix it well. And then I'm just gonna mix it with my manual mixer just for a little bit so I get like a smoother texture. I always use my hands when I'm cooking, guys, because nothing goes to waste. We use every single drop of this delicious cornbread mix. Okay. So I'm gonna mix it a little bit more like this, just for the lumps. Just making sure that it doesn't spray everywhere. That's something that I didn't want to bring out the big mixer because it's like a small mix into it. There we go. Okay, now let me bring, I have this baking pan here and it's quite wide because I like my cornbread like thinner, but if you like the big one, then you should make it in a smaller dish, okay? This already has been pre-greased. And so what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna add the first layer of cornbread mix in the bottom. And this doesn't have to be very even. Don't stress about it. Just add a few spoons. We're looking for the solid foundation of our cornbread, but it doesn't have to be like super even or anything. Okay, perfect. And then I'm going to add the rest of the ingredients, which is first the elote. And this elote, this corn is not cooked, okay? Because the baking, sorry, is going to make that. And then I add the chicken.
Wow.
Yeah.
I can't wait to try this.
This is so good. I love it. And you can add as much or as little as you want. Perfect. And then we are adding, so we're not gonna add, we're adding a few of the poblanos, but we're leaving some for the top, okay? To decorate basically. And then we go with the rest. And again, guys, if you wanna make a bigger plate, a bigger dish, always you're welcome to add more. I'm gonna mix it very well. Let's see in a minute. Okay. And then we just mix. So this will make our dough to be kind of mixed up with all the ingredients. And you'll see, it's so delicious. My family loves it. And again, you don't need to add any more like seasoning because the bread mix has everything already. It has the honey, it has the the salt, all of it is there. So there you go. Giving it a little tap here and there. Perfect. Now we finish with the cheese on top. And this is basically what makes it even more delicious.
It's like a cornbread lasagna.
It's, yeah, that's true. We call it pan poblano in Mexico. It's like pan poblanos. I added the word cornbread here because of, obviously it's made out of cornmeal and all those ingredients. And then finally, guys, excuse me, let me get my towel here. And then we are going to decorate with the rajas on top.
Wow.
We're gonna cook it for about 12 to 15 minutes.
This is a fast bread and it looks delicious.
And it's gonna be super, like, you can use it as like a compliment, like a side dish. You can go the extra mile and add more dough and make a big cornbread out of it. Like even like almost like a cake.
Mm.
Okay, so into the oven we go. My oven is ready. There we go. It's almost like a cornbread crust. Poblano crust. Yeah. Okay, guys. Next step. We are starting to assemble our caldito de queso con papa. And this is the big star of the show. Everyone wants to learn how to make a delicious caldito de queso. I love it. So we're gonna start by preheating about a tablespoon of oil, your favorite oil. I'm using canola for this one. Oh, and let me set the timer because we don't want to burn this baby. Then at 10 minutes. Okay. Oh no, I set it up for 10 hours.
I'll remind you, Gabriel.
Okay, perfect. Thank you, Tere. Okay. So then, once this is hot, we start cooking half a chopped onion. I do love it with a lot of onion, guys, but if you're like, oh, not so sure about that big amount of onion, you can always use less. The point is to have at least a little bit of onion in there, and you'll see why. It'll make sense. Because you want to be eating your caldito and then, you know, like eating the onions. I love that. I just love soups with onion. And so what we're doing here is we're cooking our onion. In Spanish, we call this acitronando. And that means that we're cooking it until the onion changes colors. So it goes from white to clear, to a clear color. And that's what we're looking for in here. And you can start smelling that delicious, beautiful scent of cooking onions. It's just perfect. Okay, I have here 3 potatoes. They're already been peeled and they're already been diced, chopped like in squares. Like this size, it's ideal. We want, in this soup, we want like big chunks of everything. So that's it, 3 potatoes. And I'm going to toss them in there with my onions. We're just giving it a nice cooking before we add the broth. Y ya huele tan rico y apenas vamos empezando. There's a lot of recipes out there, guys, on how to make sopa de queso. This one is my favorite. The first time I tried it was in Sonora a bunch of years ago, but some of them have tomatoes, some of them don't. I personally don't like it with tomatoes. I like it just potatoes, chile, onions, and the cheese. Now, for this recipe, we're using Queso Fresco. But you can also use another type of cheese. You can use frying cheese. You can use Menonita. You can use Oaxaca cheese, whatever cheese you like. I personally like it with how was intended. This recipe was intended with Queso Fresco or panela. Okay. I think we're ready here, Tere.
Yes, ma'am.
Perfect. So next, we are going to add, and this is 2.5 liters of chicken caldito or chicken broth, chicken stock. There we go.
And Abril, we're going to add chicken, but in Sonora, most of the places is without chicken, right? You were telling us?
We're not adding chicken to this one.
Oh.
We add the chicken. Also, what I was recommending is, since we are making a big pot of caldo de pollo for this recipe, you can use the chicken to add it to your cornbread.
Oh, so, okay.
Yeah, chicken goes to the cornbread, and this stays with no chicken. No, yeah, nobody adds chicken in this caldo. I've never tried it with chicken. Okay, guys, so we're gonna add 2 bay leaves. If you can find them fresh, even better. And this is a tablespoon of oregano and 5 peppercorns. And all those ingredients are in the recipe, right, Tere?
Yes, ma'am.
There you go. We give it a nice little mix. Perfect. And this is the part where we wait, Tere. We're gonna wait a little bit to add our next ingredients, which are the 8, and look, this is 8 chiles Anaheim just chopped already. It's nothing. So that's why I asked for a lot of chiles, because you want to have a chile in every spoon. That's the ideal. That's the goal. Also, between 2 and 3 pounds of queso fresco. We also need some sort of cream or milk. I especially like either media crema or heavy cream for this recipe. And we are going to need also some chicken consomme and salt and pepper. So while we waited it, let's start exploring our toppings for today. This is so exciting because, you know, guys, I personally am in love with chicharrones de jalapeño. And I didn't try, I think it's something that it's trending right now, but it's some sort of salsa. It is a snack. It is a topping. It is a lot of things. It's whatever you want it to be. Okay, so for that, we need a frying pan. Let me bring it here. And I'm gonna use this one because it's deep, but it also wide, so you can see what I'm doing. But I'm gonna put it over here better, yeah.
Perfecto.
And I'm gonna start it, I'm gonna heat it up like that. And for this, we need between 2 and 3 cups of cooking oil. Now, okay, ojo, for this recipe, I tried it in the air fryer, and it's also very good. So if you wanna save yourself all those calories, you can definitely do your chiles in the air fryer for sure. Okay, and add a little bit more. There we go. We want those chiles swimming in this oil. How is our timing going today for the?
We are good still, my dear.
Okay.
4.51 minutes.
Great. So for the chicharrones de, oh, you can also make these chicharrones out of serrano, out of habanero. Basically any, if you're not like into heat a lot, then you can make them out of Anaheim pepper, maybe even out of poblanos. But what I wanted to show you is the slices need to be like half the size of the pickled jalapeños that we usually buy in the stores. You know, a jalapeno, pickled jalapeno is usually twice this thick. So yeah, because we want them to fry quickly and be crunchy. Also for this recipe, so here are 3 jalapenos. And I have for each jalapeno, I added 1 garlic. And these garlics are sliced. And what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna fry them first because I want the oil to absorb all those garlicky flavors. So that's what I'm doing here. But it's not ready, it's not hot yet, so we're gonna give it a minute. Also, I'm going to sprinkle a little bit of garlic powder or garlic salt into my soup. I didn't add it like the whole garlic or chopped garlic because personally, when I'm eating soups, I don't like to bite into a garlic. But for that, we have the powder, so it's okay. Great. Any questions so far, Tere?
No. But let me tell you, ese caldito se antoja.
Se antoja especialmente ahorita con este frijolito. Yeah, I was worried because last week we were so hot. And I was like, oh, how am I gonna cook a soup with this heat? But no, look, everything worked out perfectly. Okay, once our sopita starts bubbling, look, okay, so first let me finish with this. Once it starts like boiling, then we're gonna move on to the next step. But for now, let's start frying those garlics because this is starting to react. So that means our oil is getting hotter. This is what 3 sliced garlics look like. Garlic cloves look like. Perfect.
2 more minutes for your cornbread.
10 minutes?
2.
Okay.
Le puse 12 minutos de cuando te me dijiste, so I think that's about 15.
Let me just check it. Oh no, todavía le falta. It's not ready yet. Okay. Great. Okay. So for these, once these are brown, we're gonna remove them from the oil. And we need a plate lined with paper. Pero mira qué bonitos.
They probably smell delicious too.
Yeah, it's like garlic chips. Oh, look, it started bubbling. Yay! Everything's happening at the same time today.
Válgame.
Válgame el cielo. Okay, there we go. So we don't want to overcook our potatoes. So what we're gonna do is add the rest of the ingredients, and I'm gonna start with the chiles. I'm adding all the chiles here. 8 Anaheim already. We already roast them. We peel them, and then we devine them and chop them. And then I'm gonna move this around a little bit. Look, this is. Oh, that's my.
That's my timer, pero
Oh, that's yours, yeah.
le
Okay.
pongo otros minutos.
Ponle 5 más, sí. Okay. So there we go. Now, this is the trick for this delicious treat, guys, is once you remove them from the oil, the minute you do that, you sprinkle them with salt.
Mm.
You can also eat these. I eat them. Okay, now we add the first batch of the chiles. There we go. Okay, perfect. So now I'm adding about a teaspoon of salt, a teaspoon of powdered garlic, some crushed pepper. Uy, ya huele, Tere, ya huele. Look at this.
Válgame Dios, qué rico.
We are going to add some of the consomme. And this is optional, you guys. I really think that this gives like the Mexican traditional flavor. But if you don't want to use it, it's fine. You don't need it, really. Gonna lower the heat a little bit to medium. Gonna give it a little stir here and there. And then we're gonna add un chorrito de crema. Secret. There we go. Ahora sí ya se está viendo cómo. Okay, now I'm gonna cover it, guys. I'm gonna cover it and let it simmer for a few minutes while we finish cooking our jalapeños. And I want to show you how these babies need to be looking. They need to be brown, but they never stop being green. It's just that the color changes. It's like olive green now. So let me show you. Here it is. These babies are done.
Ah.
And so again, what we do here is once they're laying on the paper towel, we sprinkle them with salt. And so on. And this is perfect for topping or sopita. Especially because Anaheims don't, no pican. They're not very spicy. So if you like spicy foods like I do, you definitely want to, ay, no se quiere voltear esto. Okay, so I'm gonna add more this time so we can finish faster. Have you ever tried chicharrones de jalapeño, Tere?
No, me tienes bien fascinada.
It's so good. It's the perfect topping. You're gonna love them.
They're like jalapeno chips, I guess.
Yeah, exactly. They're just like jalapeno chips. There we go. I'm gonna check on my bread. Let's see. Ay, ay, bless me. Okay, no, it needs a little bit more. Hi, excuse me. The jalapeños are making me sneeze. Whew. This is so cute. Okay. Well, I think that's enough. You guys get the idea. Now let's see how these, oh look, the onion will let us know when the soup is ready. When the onions are super clear, that means that we are ready to move forward. And so what I'm gonna do now, guys, is we're gonna chop some cilantro.
Yeah, your timer's out.
Yeah? Okay. Everything's happening at the same time. Just give me 1 minute. Okay. So we have the chicharrones ready here. I'm gonna turn them off. The soup's also up. We're just gonna finish it up. So guys, ideally, this is how you wanna cook them. You want them to be swimming in the oil. Some people even, what they do is that they keep the oil and they make it like a salsa macha in a way because they're like, they storage them inside the oil that they use to cook them. I like them as chips. Miren qué bonitos. Yeah, that's what we're going for. Perfect. Okay. Now let's sprinkle some salt in those bad boys. And I want to show you what we're talking about. Este que está frío. Ay, qué rico. Okay, great. Now, Tere, we're gonna, oh, let's check on our cornbread again. Ay, sí picaba ese jalapeño.
Ve nomás el pan, qué bárbaro.
I'm not sure that it's done, but let's check it. No, necesita poquito más.
Se le pongo otros 5 minutos.
Sí. Perfect. Okay, guys, we're almost done. I thought this was gonna take longer, but no. Okay. Okay, perfect. There we go. We have the cheese here, and we have some cilantro. We're just gonna chop a little bit of cilantro to add it to our soup. You can do this step. I like to do it in the whole pot, but you guys can also do it bowl by bowl. However you guys want it. Let me rinse it very fast. There we go. A little chop of cilantro. This is like a handful of cilantro. It's also up to you. There's even people that don't like cilantro there, so totally skippable, this step. Okay, I'm gonna bring my big pot of soup, of caldito. It's already here. Look at this, Tere. No.
Wow.
And now we add our cheese. And also, guys, make sure it's like big chunks of cheese, like this one. Make sure to add el suerito del caldito también ahí adentro. And we add the cilantro.
¿Y cómo se llama este caldo?
Yo lo conozco como caldo de queso con papa.
Wow.
That's how I eat. No más. Oh, es una delicia, Tere. You have no idea. Oh, you tried it, right? Sí.
No.
Oh, Tere.
No.
Oh my gosh, you're gonna love it. It's so delicious. It's just like the best thing ever.
I have to do it. I'm telling you.
Do it and let me know what you think.
I will.
So let me plate it, you guys, so you can see. I'm using these pretty bowls that I have here that I got at Northgate. And so what we want to do is get like a little bit of everything, right? And then you add more caldito, because one of the things about this soup is that you enjoy the broth as much as, so it's not about eating, but also it's about drinking, right? Like having every drop of this delicious caldito, so soothing. It's like comfort food. And what we're gonna do now, you can even add more cilantro if you want, but how I like to top it is with the chicharrones on top. Just make it so pretty, so different, unique. Add some spice to it. So there you go.
Wow.
Wanna serve it. And now let's go and check our cornbread today, because that one's also, it's also a treat on its own.
Qué rico.
we're gonna eat so happy today. Look at these guys. And it's just like a crust. So you have like, you know, those crusty desserts that have like the masa blended with the rest of the ingredients. It's basically it's that. So it's not as thick as a bread, pero uy, ya se hizo, ve qué belleza. OMG, I want to show you. Let me show you. Delicious. There you go, guys.
Ay, qué rico.
Too easy,
In
delicious.
40 minutes,
In
you made a comforting meal.
You cannot top that. We did
No, it's like, wow.
40
Y
minutes.
se ve riquísimo. No nomás it's like, oh, it's a
No,
whatever. This is like,
and
wow.
this is what I love, that you can, like, from one big pot of caldo de pollo, we made all these, you know, so that's very cool. And then it's like two basic steps here, making the caldo de pollo and toasting the chiles. And after you've done that, everything comes like easy, you know, like there you go. You have a full meal and super Mexican, super delicious, 40 minutes. I encourage you all to try it.
Well, I am, I promise.
I'm excited.
Thank you so much, Abril. And for everybody else, on Thursday, we have unas enchiladas divorciadas with Isabela. And after that, we start our LED classes, or they are called Baja meets Northgate classes. And I'm very happy. So thank you so much, everybody, for joining. Thank you, Abril, for hosting us. Y provechito, and everybody have a good evening.
Thank you, guys. Thank you, and see you very soon.
Bye. And if you make it, tag Abril.
Yeah, please tag us.